Hey ho squad. No, we're not gonna use that. Hey hoes, how are you? So it's summertime, it's hot out here in these streets. And sometimes I want to have different feelings when I'm out in these streets. And I always say I love a good rich girl vibe. Now I know somebody be like, why is he calling that rich girl vibe? Okay, so here's why I call things rich girl vibe. Rich girl vibe is I feel like I don't have a care in the world. I don't have to, I'm not thinking about my bills. I am, just doing my thing, living my best life. And in a space and time where it's just like, please. And so that is rich girl vibe to me. Now, does that mean that I got a pocket full of money? Sometimes. But most of the time, it's just that vibe. Like right now, in the summertime, I, I have my rich girl vibe because I'm off for like so many weeks with school from work, right? So I'm off of work. I am slowing down, and my right now my world is just about me. You know what I'm saying? It's not about, oh, I've got to get up and I'm doing the things I want to. I get up, I get in my garden, I make sure I have my water in the morning, my hot water with lemon, drop the kids off and the grands off, and then decide what I'm gonna do for the day. I might be working on something, a little project of mine, or I might be pottering around the house, or I might just go out and go do a little window shopping and maybe pick up something, have a little lunch. That is, so I am in my pseudo rich girl vibe right now. Now, of course, in a few weeks I gotta go back to work, but in this moment, especially right now because I'm really off, it's not even getting close to when I gotta go back. I'm in total rich girl vibe. So, with that being said, I got some rich girl vibe fragrances. And these are fragrances that just make me feel like this, just like this. Wearing this, it just gives that vibe off. Like, you are effortlessly chic, very elegant. You are living your best life without a care in the world. Rich girl vibe. All right, so let's start off with some classics. Classic rich girl vibe. Let's start off with Terracotta, Guerlain's Terracotta Le Parfum. Now, of course, this Guerlain it screams luxury. We know that this is a luxury brand, and Terracotta is one of their summer vibe. Like Estee Lauder has Bronze Goddess, Terracotta, Guerlain has Terracotta. So this is the La Parfum, the fragrance of that line. And this is classic. It is coconut, it is florals, frangipani. It is giving you that vibe. This screams East Coast. This screams going to going for your weekend parties up in the Hamptons. This screams that this is such a classic. I'm sure every woman up in the Hamptons at one point had this on her vanity. That's how classic it is. Now, the next classic we're going to talk about is Aerin's Hibiscus Palm. Now, I always say Aerin Beauty's vibe is very East Coast, very Hamptons, very Martha's Vineyard, very, old money, which makes sense considering that she is the granddaughter of Estee Lauder. And it's very similar. It's got the hibiscus, it's got the frangipani, it's got the ylang ylang, it's got coconut. It is giving you that vibe. But the thing about these two in particular, they give you that sun bleached hanging out vibe, but in a different way. So they are not as in your face, and they're not like, let me say this, they have a presence, but they are very sophisticated about their summer vibe. So as opposed to being like something, they don't vibe like something you'd be in a tropical place at, but this is definitely very very elegant, like, you know, a really well done pool party. Nothing that's too wild or anything. This is, you know, we're sitting around, we're having white wine. We are living well without just being ostentatious about it. So that is Aerin Beauty's Hibiscus Palm. Make sure I put it up there long enough for you all to see it. Then let's talk Kilian. Kilian, of course, Kilian is Kilian Hennessy. You know, he's coming from the Hennessy. So he coming from money too. So his vibe comes that way too. So let's talk about Good Girl Gone Bad, Oh Fraiche. This is the Good Girl DNA, but it's aquatic. So it is much more airy. It's got this watery vibe to it. It is perfect for the summertime. It gives very effortless chic. As I always say, this gives rooftop dinner dates. This is rooftop cocktails. This is just being out in a gorgeous sundress, just being just very flirtatious and girly. Oh Fraiche. Good Girl Gone Bad, Oh Fraiche. And then we have Moonlight in Heaven. Now, I personally love the Kilian travel sprays because they are just so gorgeous. I honestly like them better than the bottles. And then you can just buy the refills. But anyway, this is got, you know, it has some of the stand, you know, your summer florals. But what it does have in it, it has mango, it has coconut, it has rice. And together they're like, just think about like mango sticky rice. That's the vibe you get from it, because mango sticky rice is kind of sweet, kind of creamy, but not little mango, but not too much. It's all very soft. There's a soft, sweet mango sticky rice vibe to it. So that is Moonlight in Heaven. Then next up is this. This is Juliet Has a Gun Vanilla Vibes. This salty vanilla, come on now. This screams party on the beach. This screams beach party. This screams, you know, a little picnic on the beach. This screams crab boil on the beach. It just says, this definitely says by the water, but just doing something a little elevated. I'm not just sitting out here getting a tan. I'm sitting out here, you know, having a good time with great people. So that is Juliet Has a Gun Vanilla Vibes. The next up is Atelier des Ors Nude Veritas. This is a jasmine. Now, first off, of course, we've got all of the the gold flecks, and you got to be careful with these. Do not spray this on your clothes. I'm just telling you. And if you do, make sure they're around this color, because on here you're gonna see gold flecks. So just make sure, I'm just putting that out there, be careful. But this is a jasmine, but it also has orange blossom, it has osmanthus, so it has a slight apricot nuance, but it's just a really gorgeous, very posh feeling fragrance. So there's a poshness to it, a sleekness to it. So this is Nude Veritas by Atelier des Ors. All right, next up is, oh, that seems low. All right, next up is Musicology Sun Goddess. This has some of course, the yellow florals, frangipani, and like, you know, the usual suspects. But what it has in it, it has vanilla. So it is a little sweeter than a lot of them. So it doesn't go suntanny on you. It goes yellow tropical florals with a vanilla woody dry down because it has sandalwood. So the sandalwood is really beautiful in it, and the vanilla gives it a sweetness. So it becomes a sweet tropical floral with a little sandalwood woodiness as it dries down. So this is Sun Goddess by Musicology. Now, honestly, this is, to me, this is more so going on a, you know, going to the Mayan Riviera in Mexico. It gives definitely, it could be at a Caribbean island, but it'll be like, you know, you're going to be going to Bora Bora. You're going to be going to a little more upscale vibe when you are in the Caribbean. You're not going to be just hitting up, you know, the DR. You're going to be going to a more upscale island situation with Sun Goddess. I hope that makes sense. Next up is Nuit de Cellophane by Serge Lutens. I always say this is a floral fruity. It's, you know, it's a Serge Lutens. Now this is very happy to me. Carefree. What I always say is that it reminds me of an old 60s movie, like someone going to the French Riviera with the top down, you know, with the scarf blowing on them, you know, the scarf around their hair blowing behind them. It gives that very French vibe. So this is a very French rich girl vibe. It's got a fruitiness to it. It's a floral fruity. The florals are so well blended that you can't pick out one in particular, but it does give you this very bouquet of flowers. Very Serge Lutens, which means that it has a little more it's a little more unique, and it has a certain interesting vibe, and very carefree and not an unbothered vibe about it. So it's Nuit de Cellophane. Then we have Taif by Ormonde Jayne. Now Ormonde Jayne just comes off as a very rich girl's house brand, because the fragrances are very chic and elegant. This has a spiciness in it, and I have to be honest, it took me a while to like this because the pepper was so strong in the beginning. The pepper has, with maturity, it has calmed down. So now there's a little spiciness from the pepper, and there's dates and there's saffron, so it's got a spicy beginning, but then you get this beautiful rose, but the rose stands out. This is a very elegant rose. It isn't green and fresh. It isn't super jammy. It's not any of those things. It sits on its own in the space where you get this beautiful rose, but it's like a laid back rose, the type of rose like when you walk into the room you smell delightful, but it's not like anything that anybody can put their finger on. So this is more for the edgy rich girl, the girl who's just living her best life. You know, she loves to go to bookstores. You know, she travels, but she travels to different places that not everybody goes to. She is not following the crowd. She don't care about the crowd because, you know, she got it like that. She ain't thinking about nobody but living her best life. So that is Taif by Ormonde Jayne. Sikinos by Korres. Now this is very inexpensive, but it vibes rich girl because it is giving, Korres is a Greek company, and it is giving Greek vibes. It is giving, you know, you are vacationing in Greece. You are you are going to have your picture done with the dress. You know the picture I'm talking about that all the ladies love to get. You're going to have your picture done, but you're going to do this. Listen, you got you a private photographer. You gonna have it where you're doing it at a different time. It's not gonna be too many people. You know, you are in Greece. You are living really lavishly in Greece. You know, just on a yacht. You're hanging out with your friends on a yacht and just enjoying your time there. Smelling just gorgeous. This has a juicy watermelon to it, so it gives it a juicy sweetness, but it's an aquatic floral that is just beautiful with a little muskiness as it dries down. So this is Sikinos by Korres. And then we have this. This is Jean Paul, this is La Belle. Now they call it Paradise Garden. When I got it, it was Fleur Terrible. But this is Paradise Garden. Same thing. This is an aquatic. It has vanilla. It has iris. It is beautifully powdery and aquatic and gorgeous and perfect for a rich girl vibe, because it is a very just it has this beauty about it that says that I am uncaring. You know, when I think of my rich girl vibe, it's like I'm really in an unbothered vibe. And this is just, I'm hanging out with my friends on a boat. I'm not trying to impress anybody, because I ain't got to impress anybody, because I got it like that. And I don't have to tell anybody, because I know I got it like that. So that is La Belle Paradise Garden. And finally, this one. This is from Dreamhouse Ikiryo. This is Bea Flor. This is hanging out in Brazil, going to Argentina. This is honeysuckle. This is honeysuckle, and what's the other floral in here? I cannot think of it, but it's got coconut in it. This is being down in Brazil. This is flying down to Brazil to hang out on Sugarloaf Mountain. You know, this is, check that. This is flying down to Brazil. This is flying down to Brazil for Carnival. This is I'm hanging out with my friends. We are just jetting around to like more warm weather places and just enjoying our life, just dancing and living it up. But I don't worry about how I'm getting there. I'm flying first class. You know, that's who I am when I'm wearing Bea Flor. All right, so that's it. So now that is it for my rich girl vibes. Don't worry, I got some more vibes coming, but these are the ones that really exude that vibe to me. What are yours? I know you got some out there that when you wear them, can't nobody tell you nothing. Nobody tell you nothing. So tell me about them. All right, y'all. Y'all have a great day. Be bold, be brave, be fearless, be free. Talk to you later.